You've arrived at the Candlelit Archive, a place that does not appear on maps and does not exist during the day. Only when the world grows quiet and the thoughts in your mind begin to slow does it open for you. Tonight, you have been granted access to one of its quietest rooms. A story that was never meant to be rushed. So you do not need to stay awake for it. In fact, you are not expected to. Just listen as long as you can and let the rest fade on its own. There is a harbor at the far edge of night where the water is always calm. Not perfectly still, only calm enough to hold the moon without breaking it. The harbor rests beneath a sky the color of deep blue glass. The town above it has gone quiet. The windows are dark. The streets are empty. The boats are tied gently to their posts, rocking in small, sleepy motions as the tide breathes in and out. At the end of the old wooden pier, where the boards are silvered by salt and time, one lamp is still burning. The last lamp in the quiet harbor. It does not shine brightly. It does not call attention to itself. It only glows. Soft gold against the fog. A small promise that something warm remains awake while the rest of the world sleeps. After midnight, the harbor becomes another place. During the day, there are ropes, bells, footsteps, voices, gulls circling overhead, and boats moving in and out beneath the pale sun. But at night, all of that loosens. The harbor empties itself of hurry. The wooden docks grow dark with mist. The nets are folded. The crates are stacked. The little boats sleep in their slips, their hulls touching the water with soft, hollow sounds. Knock, drift, knock, drift. Fog moves slowly between the pilings. It gathers around the ropes and softens the outlines of everything it touches. The boats become shadows. The buildings become shapes. The water becomes a long, dark mirror where the moon appears and disappears between passing clouds. At the far end of the pier, the lamp continues burning. It hangs from a crooked iron post, its glass weathered by years of salt wind. Inside, the flame is small, but steady. Steady enough for the harbor to trust it. The lamp has seen storms. It has seen winter rain, summer fog, and waves high enough to wash across the boards. It has seen boats return late. It has seen boats leave early. It has watched the tide erase footprints from the sand again and again. And still, night after night, the lamp burns. Not for anyone in particular. Perhaps for everyone. Perhaps for the harbor itself. Perhaps simply because some lights are meant to stay soft and faithful in the dark. Along the harbor, the boats are resting. Small fishing boats with peeling paint, old sailboats with masts that rise like dark lines against the cloudy sky. Blue rowboat tied close to the dock, half filled with rainwater that reflects one trembling star. Each boat has a name painted on its side. The names are faded now, but still readable beneath layers of weather and time. The gentle return, harbor bell, evening star, the quiet Percy, north lantern, almost home. The boats do not mind that no one reads their names tonight. They are not waiting to be admired. They are only resting after years of carrying people across uncertain water. Their ropes creak softly. Their wooden sides ring with the movement of the tide. A mast line taps once and falls quiet. Somewhere beneath the dock, water curls around a piling and slips away once more. The harbor knows how much boats must carry. Lanterns, nets, cold mornings, long returns, salt, rain, hope, weariness. And so at night the harbor holds them all gently, letting them rise and fall with the slow breathing of the sea. Beyond the boats, small harbor houses climb the hill. Their chimneys dark, their curtains are drawn. One window high above the water glows faintly for a moment, then goes dark. The town is sleeping now. Only the harbor remains awake. And the lamp, always the lamp. Its reflection stretches across the water in a trembling golden line. Not straight, not perfect, broken by ripples, bent by the tide, but beautiful because of that. A light does not have to be unbroken to guide the dark. The old pier reaches outward from the harbor wall into the deeper water. Its boards are worn smooth by rain, boots, salt, and time. between the boards, the sea can be seen below, moving in dark silver flashes. The pier does not hurry anywhere. It has never hurried. It simply extends a little farther into the night, holding the last lamp at its farthest edge. Fog thickens around the railings. It turns the world small. The town disappears. The boats blur. The sky lowers. Soon there is only the path of boards, the soft sound of water, and the lamp ahead. Step by step, the harbor becomes quieter. The thoughts of the day seem unable to follow far into the fog. They stop somewhere behind, among the closed shops and darkened windows. They are too loud for this place, too sharp, too full of daylight. Here, only softer things remain. The damp smell of rope, the old sweetness of wet wood, the cool touch of mist, the low hush of tide beneath the pier. The lamp glows closer now. Its glass is clouded at the edges. Tiny drops of water cling to the frame, catching the light and holding it briefly before slipping away. Again and again. A bell sounds somewhere in the fog. very far, very low. Once, then silence. The sound seems less like a warning and more like a reminder. The world is still here. The night is still here. The water is still moving. And nothing more is needed from you now. Beside the lamp, at the very end of the pier, is a tiny room built of dark wood. It is no larger than a garden shed. A lantern keeper's room, perhaps, or a room made only for the comfort of the lamp itself. Inside, there is a narrow chair, a folded blanket, a small iron stove, and a shelf lined with old cups. On the table rests an open notebook, but the pages are blank. No record of storms, no list of arrivals, no names of boats, only blank paper waiting quietly in the amber light. The stove gives off a little warmth, not much, just enough. The blanket is woolen and gray. The chair faces the window where the harbor can barely be seen through the fog. From here, the lamp's glow fills everything. The table, the chair, the floorboards, the walls, the quiet cup beside the notebook. Everything becomes touched by the same soft gold. This is a room where nothing has to be written down. Nothing has to be remembered perfectly. A harbor remembers enough. The water remembers in ripples. The pier remembers in creaking boards. The boats remember in softened wood and faded paint. The mind may become blank like the notebook, not empty in a lonely way, empty in a restful way, open, still, untroubled. Outside, the fog presses gently against the window. The lamp burns steadily beyond the glass. And for a while, there is only warmth, water, and the soft breathing of the harbor. The tide begins to turn. Slowly, almost secretly. The water that had been coming in begins to move outward again, away from the dock, away from the harbor wall, away from the sleeping boats. The tide carries small things with it. A fallen leaf, a bit of pale foam, a ribbon of moonlight, the last restless thoughts that remain near the edge of the mind. They drift out together toward the dark mouth of the harbor, where the sea opens wide beneath the fog. No force, no struggle, only the natural leaving of what no longer needs to stay. The lamp watches everything go. It does not follow. It does not call anything back. It understands that some things are meant to move on with the tide. The day, the noise, the effort, the small unfinished pieces of being awake. They slip farther away now, past the last boat, past the harbor mouth, out into the dark water where even memory grows soft. The harbor is quiet. Boats are sleeping. The fog has wrapped itself around every roof, every rope, every weathered board. Tide moves gently outward. The town dreams above the water, and at the end of the pier, the last lamp continues burning. Soft, golden, patient. It does not need to be bright. It does not need to be seen by everyone. It only needs to remain a small warmth at the edge of the dark. And perhaps tonight that is enough. The water holds the moon. The fog holds the harbor. The lamp holds the pier. The night holds everything else. So let the day drift outward with the tide. Let the thoughts grow faint. Let the harbor become distant. Let the lamp grow softer and softer behind your eyes. The boats are still. The water is calm. The fog is kind. And the last lamp in the quiet harbor is burning gently until sleep arrives. And now the Candlelit Archive grows quiet again. The books return to stillness. The lanterns continue their gentle watch. And the story is safely put away until it is needed once more. You do not need to finish this moment awake. You do not need to hold on to anything from it. Only rest. slow.